once written by Alexander Sierra based on a true story. To my dearest wife, may you find comfort in this book when you're not around. Alexander Sierra. Chapter 1. Fried Fowl. The sun had been up for hours, its warmth now seeping into the ink of his pen, making it flow easier but weighing his hand down with each stroke. Sheriff Lewis Lyles sat on the edge of his porch, staring across the vast expanse of the Heartlands farm. The fields were bathed in a golden hue, the kind that brought a bittersweet peace, a reminder of days gone by. The cries of the four kings, once a constant echo in his mind, had finally faded, replaced by the soft lowing of cattle that awaited his care. The distant howls of wolves preparing for their nightly hunt drifted through the air, a reminder that some dangers never fully disappeared. His rifle, always within reach, lay beside him, ready to defend those who could not protect themselves. Even in retirement, he couldn't shake the habit of safeguarding others. It was funny in a way how the mantle of protector clung to him like a second skin. The thought of retirement, once a distant idea, now circled his mind with an ever-present persistence. It felt right, but he knew others wouldn't understand. Whispers would spread about how one of the finest sheriffs in the Commonwealth, a man destined to be a marshal, had stepped down so early. They wouldn't comprehend the weariness that had settled in his bones, the longing for peace that outweighed the thrill of the chase. With a sigh, he pressed his pen to the paper, the first words of his resignation letter taking shape. A twinge of guilt tugged at him. He hadn't told his fiancée, Willow, about his decision. The thought of her finding out after the fact made his hand falter, but he forced himself to continue. She would understand, eventually. She had to. He wrote, Valentine Sheriff's Office. After months of faithful service to this community, I, Sheriff Lewis Lyles, do hereby announce my retirement from the office of sheriff as things at the ranch have taken over. And I feel, although I will still have time to serve, think it might be time to call it a retirement. It has been my honor and privilege to uphold the law and protect the good people of Valentine. I extend my deepest gratitude to all who have supported me during my tenure. I trust that the next sheriff will continue to serve with the same dedication and integrity that has long defined our town. I am proud to say that our department is blessed with the finest deputies in all of the county, dedicated to ensuring the safety and well-being of every resident. He lifted the pen, the ink glistening on the page as he closed his eyes, taking a deep breath, looking towards his now cold fried fowl. It was too much, all of it. Even for a man known as the quickest draw in the West, this felt like an insurmountable weight. Leaning back, he opened his eyes to the endless blue sky, his gaze drifting toward the horizon where Valentine lay. The town had been his life, but now it felt so far away, almost like a dream. Chapter 2. A Dream. Willow sat on the edge of the sheriff's office porch, her vision blurred by a mix of tears, sweat, and the ever-present dust of Valentine. The road before her seemed endless, a hazy path leading nowhere. Her heart felt like a lead weight in her chest, each beat a painful reminder of the telegram she'd received. Cold, impersonal, and devastating. The news of Lewis's retirement had struck her like a physical blow, leaving her reeling, confused, and heartbroken. She couldn't fathom how he could do this to her, to them, without so much as a word. The sun's relentless rays beat down, but she hardly felt the heat, numb to everything but the ache in her heart. Slowly, she pushed herself up from the porch, her legs unsteady as she made her way into the office. The familiar creak of the floorboards under her boots was a small comfort, a reminder that she was still here, still standing, despite everything. She reached for the drawer in Lewis's old desk, pulling out a sheet of paper and a bottle of ink. The quill trembled in her hand as she began to write, her emotions spilling onto the page in a torrent. She wrote, August 11th, 1908. It's been 10 long days since Louis vanished, and today, out of the blue, we received a telegram, a cold, heartless thing, announcing his retirement. Just like that. No word to me, no explanation, nothing. I'm his fiancée, but it's as if I've become a stranger in his eyes. I feel abandoned, left to wither like a flower without sun. After all we've been through, all the promises whispered under the moon, he up and leaves without so much as a goodbye? It don't make no sense, and it's tearing me apart. This ain't the Louis I know, the man who swore.